Hey, let me get some lighting up in here. Oh, my light's in the car. Oh dear. Okay, let's see. Let me move over here. Nope. Move over here. That's better.
Five more minutes and we are done. Right now, I want to go read. Producer's live in Uganda is live right now, please.
Hey. Right. I've just been from Diwalo's site and she is live right now. She's about to wrap up. The people in her group, I'm one of them, are going to come over here hopefully and say hi. So let's see. Yeah, so it's been an interesting day. I got my hair done and took my braids out. And
Gosh, I can't even drop your link. Why?
let me see if I can get the link.
4 more minutes and we are done. 4 more minutes.
Ooh.
Producer's live in Uganda is live right now. Let's go show her some love.
Let's see if I can drop the link.
3 more minutes. 3 more
Blah, 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 blah. How do you work this?
Why you say why? We're going to show her some love. We're going to support her. Right there.
Who's live? That's fine, King George. You can stay there. Okay, so let's see.
Oh, King George, my king. You're gonna miss me. You're awesome.
Let me just put through the link and oh, sorry, I'm just setting up something.
Oh, what are you drawing? The artist devil. What are you drawing?
Let me just put that in the link there.
M.
And then let me just put that down in the link. Oh, I can't comment in the live chat. Yes, I can. There we go. Okay.
Right now it's PM.
Right. So I'm just going to do a summary of the day, really, and then allow people to network. So that should be enough for the day. And then I can finish off what I was doing. So summary for today. Today's been really good. Tomorrow's going to be great in advance.
It's 1:41 a.m.
I started off the day getting the kids ready for nursery, and then
Hello, artist, producers live in America. If you drop your link and you're not what is it called? Moderator, like it can't. I don't know what they say about it, but like it's not gonna show our. This as well, Umekula, you haven't told me if you're vegan or not.
So anyway, Yes, the day has been good. I managed to do a lot of things that I had on my list of things to do for the day. Right now, the kids are fast asleep, they've eaten, they're happy, and I am. I'm looking to do some work actually. I'm going to do some labeling of video files for the show. So I'm going to do labeling of video files for the show and then go to bed. I've got some food actually that I was cooking, and I think I might put that back on the fire. It's beef fillet. Yes, put my internet on charge. It's full. So, yeah, here I am, and I will.
Cuisine production, what up? What is up? What is up, beautiful friend? Ooh, you have been placed out? Cuisine, no, you're here. Who has placed you out?
That's quite funny. Okay. As you can hear, I'm listening to something else there.
No, Cuisine, you're my friend. I can't place you time out. I mean, maybe you posted something. Maybe you did something that,
Okay, so summary of the day. Let me just reduce this. A summary of the day. Woke up, bathed the kids, and the kids went briefly to their grandparents' house, which is just maybe about 30 meters across the road, and not across the road, in the same compound. And then while they did that, they only went for a short period of time because they just had a look and then they came back. I was hoping that they would stay a bit longer so that I could have a shower and get ready. But they didn't, so I was like in between getting to the shower, opening the door for them to come into our place. So in the whole process of doing that, I was trying to rush to get something for them to eat. We had pineapple this morning, and I packed up their lunch boxes, got them ready, went to nursery, dropped them off at nursery, and then I went to get my hair taken out. Now, what I decided to do was to do a live stream where I was to show people what it's like to take out braids in an African hair salon in Uganda. And so, so did that, and then I need my mosquito zapper. Mosquitoes are attracted to me there. Yeah, so did that, and then I decided to post that because lots of people, hey, in Disa's world, I took out my braids today, so I can't do your braid styling up. Just talking about my day, what I did today. So yeah, took the kids to nursery and had to get them ready in the morning, give them something to eat. While I was doing that, I was trying to connect with some people by watching their videos as well. So that was interesting. I learned about how to make fufu, like the sort of pounded yam kind of thing, out of oats, which is pretty, thank you, which is pretty amazing. I've never ever heard of that before. And I watched that on whose channel? I think it was I Am Judith Fit's channel, how to make fufu out of oats. So that was quite interesting. And I did a live post of the hair salon in Uganda taking my twist out, my braids, and washing my hair as well. So I thought it's an experience. It's something that a lot of people haven't seen before. And so if people wanted to see that, they could actually see what it's like to get braids taken out. And what they're going to do is they're going to wash the braids, dry them, and then I'm going to reuse those braids because I got those braids here in the UK and they're quite expensive. I'm in Uganda at the moment. Yes, I'm in Uganda for 3 months. I'm working on a show called Let's Cook. Actually, no, what? I filmed a show called Let's Cook. I produced a show called Let's Cook here in Uganda, and I've done season 1 that's been edited. I'm working on season 2. It's been shot, it's been finished, and I just need to produce it, get it ready. And then there's another show which I've created that I want to, I'm starting to work on now. So yeah, that's why I'm here in Uganda. And the reason why I've chosen Uganda is because my husband's Ugandan. And so I've got a connection now with his parents. Both of my parents have passed away. So I've taken on his parents, my kids, those are their grandparents. So it's been nice over the last few months being able to spend time for them, to be able to spend time with their grandparents before my almost, in a few days, almost 4-year-old boy starts school. When he starts school, it might be harder for me to travel. And that will be an experience because then, you know, there's so many things I want to create, not for YouTube, but for TV, for outside of YouTube. But you never know, in the future, it might be something that could work here as well. So, yeah, so today I had the kids in nursery, or some people call it daycare. And because I needed to get my hair done, and if you've ever been in a situation where they're taking your braids out, having kids around, it's, yeah, not a good idea because you're like, you can't move and you have to manage that nicely. So yeah, it was a lot easier for them to learn, play, have fun, and it seemed like they had a really good day today. My son worked on the letter. What letter did he tell me he worked on today? I think it was L, letter L. And he's got homework to write the letter D. So going to be helping him with that and to do some coloring. So yeah, once I finished doing my hair, looked at the time and it was like, I can't remember what time it was, like 3 or past 2 or like 3. And the time just goes like that. So I decided to come home and see if I could get dinner ready, clean the house a bit, do some tasks before heading out to pick them up at nursery. And I posted a video online about, what was it about? About having to do things in life. So you've got things to do in life and you've got your day job. I mean, the work that I do, I'm an independent production company. I've just set up my own production company and I can run with it and create what I want to create and sell the content on. So I have a bit more flexibility. But just the reality of life, there's just so much to do. Like, I had to do lots of things around the house before then going to pick them up, which meant that I couldn't actually sit down at the computer and do other things that I would have wanted to do. So yeah, life is interesting because there's just so much you need to do. And whenever I'm with the kids, I want to be present. I want to be with them. I want to engage with them. I want to allow them to feel secure and loved and pay attention to what they're saying. So during the day, that's their time. During the evening, that's my time to work on to do my work. So yeah, so that's what I did today, and I've been testing out this live streaming as well, because I'm quite an interactive person. Although I would consider myself to be an introvert, I do like things to be interactional rather than. So, for example, like at university, the lectures, just watching, was kind of like, but then the tutorials where you could ask questions, you could interact, you could give your suggestions. Those are the types of engagements that I prefer. So yeah, it's nice to be able to answer questions and pass on experiences and then get from other people's experiences as well. Like today, while I was in the car, I was listening to Judith I Am Fit. Hope you can hear me. Judith I Am Fit. And yeah, and she was talking about editing tools that people use on their phones. I believe it was their phones. And yeah, so that was quite interesting. Now, I've specifically chosen not to edit my YouTube videos unless if it's, let's say, if it's something about production and I'm giving an example of how to do something, then that's all well and good. But in terms of just the showing people what Uganda is like, I just like to shoot the video on my Samsung A5 and then post it straight away. Forget about it. Post it, leave it there. I'm not thinking about music or intros or anything like that. It's just a case of get the information out there. So whoever wants to find out and learn about the country and what's happening there, they can. Yeah, so I've just put a message on D Wallo's site saying, "Where's a raid?" I think King George is infatuated. So yeah, which is kind of strange because if you think about it, if someone who's involved with production, someone who's involved with production, you'd think that the production, you want the production thing to to be an example of your work, but it's not my work at this point in time. Like the YouTube thing isn't what I'm focusing on. So YouTube is aware of thoughts out there and letting people see behind the scenes so that it could encourage somebody else to do something similar if they've got a passion. Because I think there's just so many ideas out there and so many different creations out there that haven't been created because of people feeling like they have barriers. And, I could have been in that position as well if I'd listened to the barriers and if I'd not, had people that encouraged me, like my husband. And if I didn't believe in myself and if I didn't feel like I had that supernatural ability to do it beyond what should have been expected of me, although most of the times we're the ones that put the limits on ourselves. So I chose to take those limits off, believe in what has been put inside me by my creator and create. So that is what I did. So yeah, that's what I decided to do. So my story is I was working in training, delivering training, And when I had my first child, I, when I had my first child, there were things that were just going on in my mind that I wanted to create, the things I wanted to do. I just had so many ideas, but I had so many ideas, but I couldn't actualize it. There just seemed to be the things just didn't align. And when I came out here to Uganda, again, I didn't have like my kit, I didn't have all of that set up. So, yeah, so it was different. I just couldn't fulfill what I needed to do. Then second time round, I had my daughter. Then a few months went past, and I had around December time, 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? I had the vision to create the show, and somehow I just knew it was going to come into place. So then I started to get my kit and plan and to think about what I needed to get, what other things we need to get for the set and all of that. And yeah, managed to do it, which is great. Yeah, and so ever since then, I've just been pushing the dream and following it through. And I must give a shout out to my hubby, because he is like my number one champion. When someone's just gets you and just knows that you can do it even more than you know. Yeah. It was yeah, it was just one of those things that I just knew that I had to do. So yeah, that's what I did, and I'm continuing to do it. And I've got other things that are coming in my mind and in my head that I need to put down on paper and do as well. But in the past few months, in the last year, I've learned so much. I actually asked for a career break from my other job what I left to do this. And there are a few things that I want to achieve. I want to be able to homeschool my kids, but so even if they're doing, anything formal still, I'll be homeschooling them so that they can learn what is useful for them, and they don't have to do it in such a long space of time. They can just learn it and know it and move on and use their brain for other things. And so, yeah, I'll see how that goes. And then, yes, spend time with family in Uganda, and for the children to know their family in Uganda. And that's been really nice because the kids really just love going to the grandparents, spending time with their auntie and uncle. So that's really sweet. That's really sweet. And yeah, so that's something that has been really nice over the past few weeks. The kids being able to connect with their grandparents and spend time with them, and also connect with Uganda. Connect with Uganda because it's such a beautiful place. It is really, really, really nice. It's the kind of place. Yeah, it's the kind of place that I would recommend that everyone goes to visit. Yeah, Jambo. Thank you for the. Yes, so yeah, let's see how that goes. And let's see how that goes. And these will be memories that the children will cherish for years and years and years to come. Because I always remember when I was in living in England, I always remember going on holiday to Nigeria, and it was such a fun thing, you know. And then we'd go to like the village, like the village, what they call the village, during Christmas time, Boxing Day. So we'd have like our Christmas in England with the Christmas tree and all of that. And then we'd have Christmas abroad in Nigeria as well. Go and see my aunt on our way to Port Harcourt. Then we'd go and see my aunt in Lagos and see the cousins there. And it was always just fun and nice. And then we'd all meet up, the whole family would meet up in the village and have Christmas there as well. So yeah, that was really nice. So yes, that was nice. And so yes, it was. I'd like my kids to have that experience as well. Um, yeah, have that experience as well, and it should be nice for them. So yeah, I will ask myself questions since there's nobody in this chat, but people can watch afterwards. Uh, Question one. This is it's good to be self-sufficient, isn't it? There's a song that says, "Sometimes you have to encourage yourself." So if you're waiting for people to encourage you all the time, you might not do what you need to do. So sometimes you've got to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak victory during your test. And no matter what you do, speak a word and you will get through. Speak over yourself, encourage yourself in the Lord. Whoa. So, how did I get into the line of production? I've always been interested in media and film acting, performance, singing, even from like a little age. I remember my parents used to get me whenever we had guests coming round. Hi, Belle Angel, how are you? I was just telling the story about how I got into production, as in producing work for TV. I'm just copying your name so that I can check you out. Yeah, so as a kid, I've always remembered being into like performance, and my parents always used to tell me to do the Queen's accent. I always used to do like an accent of the Queen, you know, I pretend to be the Queen of England. And I'd be like, ew, Charles, ew, how are you? Rather, darling. I'd put on a posh voice. And they always used to, I remember the adults laughing. And famosa, mixed vegetables. Can you tell me what language? Bonjour. Is it like Cameroonian? Looks like it could be. Yeah, so they used to tell me to perform and do things. And I used to relish that and enjoy that. I'm just asking what language you speak. So yeah, I used to do the whole, oh, Charles, bring me a cup of tea. Ew, ew, rather, darling. And pretend to be the queen, and they used to laugh. And then they used to call me Margaret Thatcher. They used to call me Maggie Thatcher. I'm a child of the 80s, by the way. So yeah, so I did that. And then in school, I was in the choir. So that's where the singing came in. We did a lot of singing at church as well. And I just loved singing. Like I remember when like watching movies and things like that, the songs, the soundtracks to movies, like I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Like that's from a child. Like how do I still remember it? Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? A whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes. So yeah, Disney, Lion King, and all those things. So yeah, music. I always just liked music, and oh, Michael Jackson. That's another sort of influence. Dancing and music and performance. I just used to love doing all of that kind of stuff. I remember I used to do the Michael Jackson knee drop, like where you jump up in the air and land on your knees. And I'm sure that's done my knees some damage as an adult. But mosquitoes. But yeah, I used to do things like that. So yeah, that's how I sort of have always had that streak in me. I've got a brother as well who's very performance driven. He's like into acting. He can sing as well. So I think there's in fact, another brother who also loves singing and likes musical instruments. But so there must be something there that we've picked up on, whether environmental or biological, who knows. Did my dad do anything to do with music, or my mum, or performance? I don't think so. But yeah, that's probably where that came from. And then I studied at university. I didn't study drama or anything like that, or performing arts. But that's really what I wanted to do. And so while I was doing that, I think I was at university. I think it was just before finishing university. I signed up to an agency, and I was doing like extra work with Casualty and Doctor Who, Sarah Jane Adventures, and those things that were filmed in the Southwest. And that was okay, but it wasn't anything technical. You just had to be in the background and mime, be in the background and mime and keep on doing takes over and over again. And so, yes, I did that. It helped pay the bills, which was really good, because every once in a while you'd get your check minus your agent's 20% fee. So so yeah, it was quite interesting. It was quite interesting being there and just yeah, doing that as a side thing. I mean, you'd spend the whole day just waiting around. Then they'd call you on set. You'd sit down, you know, pretending to be a patient, or you'd have to walk and do your banana, you know, just keep on doing that curve over and over again. Back in the day, they used to give a really good breakfast. It was free as well. And then they started charging £1, but even still as £1, it was like a full breakfast, continental and full English and everything you wanted. It was like, And then they'd give you lunch as well. So yeah, that was an interesting, fun era. Then I got a job. I went for an audition for the BBC. Someone else has come back in the room. Hello. Oh, I'm gone back out again. Yeah, so I went for an audition with the BBC for Crime Watch, and I got the part, and that was like a proper paid role, featured role, which was quite nice, although it was like Crime Watch, which is a bit weird, but hopefully helps solve the murder. If you don't know what Crime Watch is, it's a program that's actually stopped now in the UK, but they do reconstructions of crimes to help people recall what happened and call up if they were a witness or if they knew what had happened. They could call up and help solve the crime. So yeah, part of those reconstructions, obviously they need actors to go and play a part. So yes, that's what I did. I was an extra working, doing background work. And yeah, I did that for quite a while. And then I moved from the area that I was in, where the work was located. I moved about an hour or 45 minutes away. So it didn't make sense to then be going back to that area to do acting work and to do at that background work. There's nothing wrong with background work, but you're not getting paid as much and you're not playing an active role in the scene. You're in the background. So yeah, I kept on getting the notifications about different jobs, but by the time I would have spent transport, found a way to get there, it would have cancelled out the amount. So as an extra, you probably earn for the day, you probably earn, I think it was something like £86. Back in the day, it was like £86 for the day. And yeah, the different rates, the pack rates, I think, and then you got the equity rates. And yeah, anyway, I think it was roughly around £86 a day. That's not like £86 every time you did extra work. And then, of course, if you had to stay overtime, then it would be a bit more. If you had to do things like cut your hair or wear makeup, if they needed to put blood on you or whatever as part of the scene, then you get a little bit more. And then if you're lucky enough for them to give you a line, or you have to say a line or respond to someone, then you'd get more money for that as well, for being given a line. So yeah, so that was quite interesting, being able to do that. So yes, I did that for a while. And really wanted to pursue the acting line of things. So I did some training at the Brit School. Then I managed to get an agent, but it was in Wales. The agent was in Wales, in England. Sorry, Wales in the UK. Okay, so you've got England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland. So the agent was there, and I decided to but I don't think I got. I think I got like 2 auditions with the agent, and I remember one clearly. It was for a program. What was it called? It was something to do with like some people living in a flat, and there was a ghost, there was a vampire. They worked in a hospital, and the guy that acted in it it's been in quite a few things actually. I can't remember his name, Toby something. I think he's got like big ears. He was in the History Boys. He's the one with the sort of the ears that stick out. So yes, I did that for a while, and then I so yes, so I decided to do that, and then what happened next? Hi, Kulthum. Kampala says hi. Kampala misses you, I'm sure. Hey. I'm just talking about my journey to where I am now and how I became a producer. So I was just telling the story about how I was doing extra work, that sort of background work at acting. So yeah, I decided to. And also, I wanted to give you a message, but I didn't want to put it on the comment of the video I watched because it wouldn't have been relevant, I don't think. But you said that you were interested in that you have the passion for fashion designing. Is it something that you really, really have a passion for? Have you started doing it yet? Like designing clothes and just making it, just doing it and sewing? Do it. Start right now. I know you might be like really, really busy and you have so much on your plate and you're trying to grow your YouTube channel. But if it's something that you're passionate about, just do it. Just start, even tonight. Oh, that's really good. So you've already started making the steps to actually do that. Yeah, exactly. If you have a day job, it's really hard trying to squeeze everything in. But if it's something you're passionate about, then you somehow you just have the energy and you have the drive to be able to do it. And that's what happened with me. I was passionate about production and film and that kind of thing. And although I had a day job, I'd just given birth to my second child. I just knew that I had to do it. And this time that I was, well, the last few times that I was getting to Uganda, that's when I needed to do it. So I just went ahead, started planning like you're doing, you're doing the course and you're preparing yourself. And then I just did it. You never know where it will take you. And if it's something that you're passionate about and interested in, then somehow, yeah, I went for it. Somehow you will find your rhythm. And in the back of your mind, you always know that, wow, this is something that I really enjoy. And even if no one's paying me for it, it's bringing me joy. I feel like I'm achieving something. I'm creating something. For you, obviously, you'd be designing outfits and coming up with new creations. It'd be like you'd be able to put down what's in your mind and create it, make it physical. So yeah, I would encourage you to go ahead with your fashion dreams. Yeah, so I was doing background work, background acting work, and oh, that's really good. Exactly. If just talking about it makes you happy, then imagine what it would feel like when you're in the process of creating something, you create it, and then you display it, and then other people can enjoy it, and that joy that you feel is infectious. It rubs off on other people. And then you'll meet like-minded people as well who are interested in the same thing. And ultimately, then at the end of it, you'll meet people who want to pay you for your products, for your design, for your creation, for what you can come up with. So yeah, do go for it. And if it's something that's burning inside you like a passion, then definitely it will carry you through. That joy, that passion that you have will pull you through to the other side as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what you create and what you make as well. Because now, like for example, what I've created, the show that I've created, looking back, I'm thinking, if you sat down with someone right now, like how we're talking, and told them, yeah, you go off and produce a TV show and, you know, get the kit and create a production company and learn how to teach yourself how to edit, because, you know, if relying on editors is not, might not be helpful to you. So yeah, teach yourself how to edit as well, and teach yourself how to do camera work so that you can tell the camera people what to do. If you told me that a year and a half ago, actually, I probably would have believed you because I already had the desire within me. But if you told somebody else who didn't know me and who didn't know what I was capable of, they would be like, what? Leave your job? You've got 2 young kids, and then you're going to go and produce a TV show in Africa? Why? Why don't you just stay in the UK and do it in the UK if you know that everything is kind of set up? You can do things easily. Why do you have to go all the way to Africa? Yeah, if someone had kind of spoken to me like that, then it probably wouldn't have happened if I'd listened to their views of what I was capable of, rather than listening to what I had inside. So yeah, if you're a creative person, go ahead and do it. But yeah, so that's what I did anyway. I went out and I did it, and I wanted to do it earlier, but just things didn't align when I had my first. Definitely, all the time, you need to listen to yourself, listen to others as well. But I think most of the time, you need to know that it's for you and it's something that you want to do. Um, can I find out, actually, now that I've got you here, I liked your channel. Are you? I can't tell from your image. Are you like Somalian? Are you Ugandan, like native African Ugandan, or Indian Ugandan? Because I can't see your hair. I know you're talking about your hair type and that you can't be bothered to comb it every day. But what are you actually? Are you mixed, black? It might sound like a weird, it might be, could have been your makeup, I don't know, but I couldn't quite put my finger. Oh, okay, but yes, I know you're Ugandan, but you've got Indian Ugandans, are you black Ugandan? What I mean by, you know what I mean by black Ugandan, as in um, Afro Ugandan. Aha, you see, I knew it. So your mum is half Indian, okay, and you're a Muganda, so you're from the central. Or so for you're from the central, okay, all right. So yeah, so that's what I was picking up then, because I was kind of picking up something, but I couldn't place it. And sometimes you can't tell really, because there's mixes everywhere. Okay. Well, my mum was Ghanaian. My dad was Nigerian. My husband's Ugandan. His mum is Mugandan, as in from the central, and his dad he's from Samia, so from the east. So mixes all over. I know. Yeah, mixes all over. But yeah, do you have someone? Well, I wasn't born in Uganda, and I don't have any Ugandan heritage, but I feel Ugandan because I've been to Uganda more times than I've been to Nigeria or Ghana. Although I was born in the UK, and I've lived in the UK most of my life. But yes, but I've been to Uganda now quite a few times, and I feel at home here. So yeah. I'm just trying to look at what you're saying there. And I'm going to I'm going to find out how to do this. I think it's Google Hangouts where people can actually talk on your chat because, yeah, it's nice to be able to just have a conversation by voice. So yeah, that's what happened to me. I came to Uganda and I wanted to create something that was Ugandan, that was produced in Uganda, that had Ugandan contestants, and it was a cooking show that I made. And I realized that there were lots of people watching, because I went to my friend's house and she was watching like Food Network, which is great. I love Food Network. I love like diners, dives, and drives, and lots of different things on there. But she was watching Food Network and she was watching the shows on Food Network, which was great. And I, thought to myself, well, we here in Uganda, because I identify as a Ugandan, why can't we create something of that quality and caliber and entertainment value, but it features Ugandans and it features the produce of Uganda, but you give people the freedom to create international dishes or to create whatever they want to create. So that's what I did. The show is called Let's Cook, and I'm in the process of getting it on air here in Uganda. Season 1 is finished, and yes, and basically I wanted it to be from here, so that the people here could be like, oh yeah, I could watch Food Network, but we also have our own show as well, which has the same kind of feel and something that can be proud of. Currently I'm in discussions with NTV, and I'm going to be connecting with other stations as well. But yes, I'm in the process. I'm currently in the process. So, oh, that's good. Do you get it over there? I doubt you can get it over there, can you? I don't know if it's on, I don't know what's over there, DSTV or something. I'm not sure. To be honest, because I don't have a TV, I've got a screen here that I use as a monitor, as a second computer monitor, but I don't have a TV. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, okay, so you can get it on there. But I guess usually they stream just the news. I don't know what they show on their live stream. Or is it what's actually on TV at that point in time? I'm not sure. I'll have to check it out. So, yeah, so that's what I decided to do, is to make something that's in Africa, for everyone, but specifically for Africans. You're trying to keep up with the politics, right? News and politics. Ugandans Uganda media, it's all about the politics, isn't it? It's all about the news and politics. Yeah. So that's what I did. I went for it. I looked at the situation, and because my husband's in the UK at the moment, and one of the other situations was that, like, last year I think I did 2 months and then I did 4 months. So that's 6 months of the year. Although last year he did manage to come over. And this time around it's 3 months straight. So that is one of the challenges as well, is being able to pursue your dream, but having to have one of you be there, having the stable job, having income coming in so that we can pay the bills, pay the rent, pay whatever. But at the same time, allowing another person to follow their dream and to create. I bet you don't have mosquitoes, like loads of mosquitoes there. Look, I've got my mosquito zapper. You remember these, cool? Sell them on the street. Yeah. It is a sacrifice, but then it depends what kind of partner you have as well, because I can imagine there are some families who one person can't follow their dream because they haven't come together as a partnership to say, right, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, this is part of our vision. Oh my gosh. You came back with malaria, as in you brought malaria from UAE, right? Oh no, sorry. Oh, you came back. Okay, and last time I came home, I came back. Oh, you went back to the UAE with malaria. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see. Oh, and did you manage to treat it? Because malaria is just, you're like, you feel weak, you can't eat, you're just drained. It's like the blood's been sucked out of your body when you have malaria. I've had malaria, I think, twice in my life, and it was not good. Oh, goodness. Mm-mm. Yeah, I got malaria when I was living in Nigeria. And when else did I get malaria? No, I think the two times was when I was living in Nigeria. You know, I wouldn't want to have that again. And my daughters had malaria as well. Oh, when a kid has malaria, it's just so bad. It's known, Tony. Hi. Sent you from Indisa's world. Oh, thank you. Did she put it on her community tab? That's so nice of her. Can you let me know if she put it on her community tab? Yeah, so just talking about life and sacrifice. If you want to follow your dreams, you have to sacrifice sometimes. And it's nice when your other half, if you're married, if your other half is on board, because yeah, that is quite tough if your other half isn't on board. It's known, Tony. Respect. Yeah, so it's really hard. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Indisa as well. Yeah, she came by here. Have you seen Channel Coltham? If you want to find out about UAE and also life as a woman, you should check her out, actually. Just copy her name and pop that into the YouTube search bar, and you'll see her come up there. That'd be really nice. So yes, so that's really, really tough if your other half isn't on board, or even if your family as well, because sometimes it might not even be someone close to you. It might be like someone who just keeps on being like, can you really do it? And sometimes they say it in a background way. It's like, are you sure that's a good idea? Can you really do it? That kind of thing. So it's good to know yourself. It's good to know yourself. It's good to know what you are capable of, and dream big. Dream big. Don't limit yourself. Yeah, dream big. And I think that's probably maybe, I don't know, what's the one thing would you say that holds people back? Do you think it's finances? Yeah. Can you do it? Or are you sure? Are you sure? And you can understand sometimes why people do that. It's because they're concerned. Oh, high roses are red. Where's violets are blue? I'm sure you've heard that song, that said a lot of times. Yeah, sometimes the company, right now, we're just talking about how you can succeed with accomplishing your dreams and your passion, and how to deal with negative comments or comments that, don't really, aren't really encouraging you. So, yeah, but, Coultham, I think sometimes it's not like they're trying to be negative. I think it's that they are concerned, like they can't see what you can see. They can't feel what you can feel. So, sorry, I was just checking out Roses Are Red, her webpage. She's a gamer. So, the cartoons on there as well. So yeah, sometimes it's a case that they, hi, Roses Are Red. Hi. Sometimes it's a case that they because they can't see what you can see, they can't feel your passion. They don't know what is burning in your heart, and they don't know the drive that you have to do it. They say things based on what they can see. So, if you tell someone that maybe you're going you want to achieve something, you want to do something, automatically what comes through their head is why you can't do it, why you shouldn't do it, the risks. And although it's great to have people that can highlight certain things to you to really help you question whether what you want to do is for you, you have to listen to your heart. You have to listen to your heart and your mind, what you know you can achieve. So really, I would encourage you all to follow your dreams. First out, work out what it is that you are passionate about, what makes you happy. One thing that I like to ask people is if exactly, go with what you want. One question that I would ask someone, that there's a sort of a rhyme, not a rhyme, but a phrase. It's, if happiness was the currency, so if happiness was the currency instead of money, if happiness was a currency, what would make you super rich? What would make you a gazillionaire? So if happiness was a currency, what would make you rich? Exactly. If you don't do things, so the lessons life will teach you is the best teacher. So if you don't actually go out and try and do it and fail and get back up again, you wouldn't learn. You don't learn from that. I want to see your reply. Roses are red. If happiness was the currency, what would make you really rich? And Kulthum, if happiness was the currency, what would make you really, really rich? Roses are red. Can I guess that yours would be gaming? Does that make you happy? I haven't had a chance to go through your site. I've just seen the first one with the cartoon girl with the pigtails moving. So what's your response? What's your answer to if happiness is a currency? Oh, is that not your channel? I just did a copy and paste. I copied and pasted your name. Oh, yours is relationships. Oh, the one I clicked is real roses are red. Right, okay. Let's try and find yours. Or is it the cutest crepe? Is it the one with the crepe? Japan? No. Can you, the problem is I can't click on your name and go to your site as if I was, when I'm on chatting as just a normal chatter on someone else's live, I can just click on the name, go to their site. But on here, I can't do that. The one with your face. No, I can see your profile picture there, but I can't. Roses are red. Maybe I try putting it with a capital. No, I have done that. Roses are red. Right, let me go down and see if I can find your face further down. There's a lot of them to do with cartoons. Oh, is it how to make your man happy emotionally? Is it one like that? But you're not wearing braids in that one. Ah, it's that one, okay. One that doesn't have braids, right? Let me click on that one and have a look. Oh, sorry about that. At least now you know I really did go there. Hey, I found you. Yeah, so what would make you happy then? Yep, that's the one. I found it. If happiness was the currency, what would make you rich? So, in essence, what would make you super happy? What job? What job would make you rich? I didn't want to presume because you might just be a lady of many talents and many skills. You might say something else. So then, if that's the case, make yourself make yourself happy, make yourself rich. Oh, that's really good. So, are you currently in a relationship? Roses are red. Is that where you get your inspiration from? Or is it like your take on relationships, or is it from your previous experiences? Oh, your profile picture. Let me listen to your voice. Ah, okay, okay. From your profile picture, you look like super young. You look like a teenager. But then I've just looked at the video now and I've listened to your voice as well. But when I saw your picture on the side, I thought that you were like 15 or something. I thought you were a teenager. Oh, so that's really good then. Is your how supportive? I'm sure he's really supportive. How supportive is your partner in terms of your candidness, being honest about your relationship and being able to pass that advice on to other people? How is that? How does that work? Oh, that's really good. So it seems like you guys just really click, right? Roses are red. Before you leave this chat, don't forget to check out Channel Coltham. Do you know what? That's the best place to be when you acknowledge that you are not perfect, and that there is room for improvement. I think that is the best place to be, because if you're not in that place, then you can easily get complacent. You can easily get complacent. So I think always realizing that there is room for improvement helps. He proposed to you the very first day you met. Whoa. So he knew you were the one. How did you feel about it? And so, did you, were you kind of, how did you feel about it when he did that? And where were you when you first met? Was it through like family, friends, or something? Or was it just randomly on the street? A guy just comes up to you. So, where were you when he proposed? What was the situation? Was it a family gathering, or was it like the first time you've ever met him, like a guy on the street, and he saw you and just started chatting with you, or you met him in a shop? Oh my goodness, at the airport. What if he was like flying to a totally different place and then you're going in the other direction and you never meet again? Which airport were you in? Which country? This sounds like a movie. Oh, I can hear my daughter crying. Can you hear my daughter? How many years have you been married? How long ago was the proposal? Anyone who joins us will think that their audio isn't working. 4 years. People make it seem like it's a must. Oh, don't worry, when you get to 10 years, then you'll be like, no, don't listen to them. You guys need to live your life, continue building on your relationship, focusing on each other. And yeah, you're going to have a blast. Stay on the same wavelength. Just continue communicating with each other. It was funny because we got married in 2006. Good night. I'm going to log off now soon as well. We got married in 2006, and we had our first child in 2015. So that's what, 9 years? And we were obviously determined to do things on our own timing. And, you know, it's not a must to have children, is it? Some people can't. But yeah, we were able to build on each other first. And then, yeah, we decided that it was right for us. Good night, Gotham. Oh, it's been nice meeting you today. Roses are red. I'm going to clock out as well. It is coming to 11 here in Uganda. Where are you based? Roses red. Where are you based? Oh, what did you want to ask the time? No. Who's Cindy Ann? Should I put it into YouTube? Is it a YouTube thing or is it outside of YouTube? Cindy Ann. Let me see if anything comes up. Okay, nothing's come up straight away in YouTube. Who's Cindy Ann? Oh, all right. I thought it was someone on YouTube. And Cindy? Cindy Ann? No, fortunately, I don't know them. I know a Moses, but that's not the surname. And he's moved from the UK, but his wife's still in the UK. Emma who? What's the surname? Don't say the surname begins with O. Emma Mitch? No, I am quite new to Uganda. I don't know many people. The people I know are just random people that I meet and I engage. I know some people from Worship Harvest Church, but not a lot. And apart from that, the people there's a call that I know that was in the UK, but she's now in Dubai. But yeah, I'm not very well. A lot of people that I know as well are my husband's former schoolmates. So, and their wives. So that's how I know quite a few other people here. But none of those people that you've mentioned. But if I bump into them, actually, I probably will remember Cindy Ann. If I hear anyone called Cindy Ann, I'll be like, hey, I know your family. Good night, everyone. Oh, mosquito. Nice talking to Cole. do you have a playlist? I'm gonna do that tonight. If you don't have a playlist, try and put a playlist together because it makes it easier for people to help you. Let's go to your site now. Yay, there you are. Playlists. Yeah, you do. Okay. Deliver with me. Oh no, that's not you. Oh, those are playlists that you've created. I see. Yeah, let me know when you start doing live streams. I'll definitely come on and be there for you. I'll try and make a playlist. Just create a playlist of all your actual videos, the videos with you in them. Because I've gone onto your site and they seem to be playlists of other people. So yeah, make one of your own videos and then you get those watch hours, I think, is how it works. Night night. Bye. Thank you.